Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are we all? Welcome to another stream, Saturday night, coming live with the good stuff. We have loads to cover tonight. We've got loads of crypto we want to discuss, talk about the markets, and just generally have a bit of a crypto chat, talk through some of the altcoins we hold, get some questions from you guys. We were having a bit of decent chat in the chat room earlier, just around some questions about projects and stuff. No meme coin chat, as we have just started our own meme coin channel. So yeah, we thought we'd jump on stream and try and answer some questions, look at some charts, talk about some strong projects that we hold that we've probably not spoke about in a while. The market since Christmas has pretty much been dominated by Bitcoin and then the seed rounds and some meme coins. So we wanted to remind everyone of the huge potential in some of the altcoins that we hold. Evening everyone, good to see so many people in the chat on a Saturday night. Saturday night's done right, exactly. Let me know how we are for sound. The wind is howling outside, so hopefully we get through this without any interruptions. But let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin looks pretty bullish to me, to be fair. Obviously, we've had a bit of volatility over the last couple of weeks. Thomas, I think we're going to try and keep the meme coin chat to a minimum tonight. Let's try and get back to some serious business. We may discuss some memes at the end, but for the most part, we wanted to kind of jump on and remind everybody that there is actually some significant profits to be made in some very good projects, and we don't want everybody just to lose track of the market, lose track of their capital, and just focus on memes, because they will end up wrecked and they'll regret it. So anyway, let's look at Bitcoin to start with, the king of crypto. Like I say, looking pretty bullish. This orange line marks the previous all-time high. We obviously closed the monthly candle, record high, very bullish, and then immediately sold off. But if you pay attention to the streams, Deck did say that was potentially going to happen. But Bitcoin's reacted so nice since dropping back down to this 64,800 level. And to me, it looks really bullish. We've got 2 weeks to go until the halving. It looks like the halving's going to happen on a weekend, which is bullish as well, because then we don't have as much interference from Wall Street. So yeah, I think I would imagine we'll get a pretty big pump into the halving. That's kind of been my base case scenario for a while. I've kind of thought for a while that the halving could become a sell the news event, short term anyway. Just the timing of it, it just seems too easy, and we are up massively, so a sell-off is overdue. So yeah, I think, especially based on this candle here, this weekly candle Bitcoin's putting in, if we were able to close back above 69,000, then we're going to have a massive pump next week, break all-time highs, and then probably be somewhere north of $75,000 going into the halving, and then I would definitely expect a sell the news event. But we need to see. The thing this time with the halving that's slightly different is that it's all over mainstream media, and that just lures in the average investor that doesn't have a clue about crypto. So that's my take on it for now, but crypto could do wild things over the next 2 weeks, and I might have to change my opinion. So that's Bitcoin, looking very bullish. Tomorrow night's the weekly close. We're at 68,300 just now. Yeah, a weekly close like this or anywhere higher to me is very bullish, and I'd be expecting a big pump into the halving. 2 weeks to go. Let's look at XRP. XRP obviously had some news come out this week, which, let's have a look at the daily candle on XRP. Let me know who's all still holding XRP. Every time I go in the chat room, somebody is discussing how much XRP they're going to sell because they're bored of it and they want to buy something else and they need the funds from XRP. So drop a comment in the chat if you're still holding loyal, holding XRP. Matt, that is a great question. I'll discuss that shortly, but it's not going to be the amazing answer you think. So XRP for me still looks really bullish. They got that news this week about launching a stable coin on the XRP ledger. That makes perfect sense when you think about what the purpose of XRP is. It's for cross-border payments. The global reserve currency is the dollar, so it just gives institutions confidence that they're going to be transferring value in US dollars. For me, that makes perfect sense. As you can see, XRP holding above the weekly and the daily 200 MA, sold off with the rest of the market this week and bounced back after that news came out. So yeah, it's looking pretty bullish. As long as we hold above those 2 MAs, then I feel like XRP is just coiling up for a move. Loyal, I like it. I like all the loyal XRP holders. The problem with getting impatient now is you've come so far. So if you sell now, an XRP breakout and a massive rally could be literally days away. So yeah, we always advise not dollar cost averaging for 3 years and then abandoning your bags at the last minute, because likely you're going to buy in high to another project and then you're going to get wrecked when XRP actually does fly, or any other project for that matter. I've seen people talk about loads of projects that they're selling to go and buy something else, but they've already missed the best chance to buy those projects. So for me, you've got to this point 2 weeks before the halving. Whatever's in your bags is what's in your bags. Don't be selling to go and chase other pumps, because the problem as well is it's a psychology thing. You start doing that now, you justify it to yourself, you'll do that all bull run and you'll still make profit, because it's really hard not to make some profit, but you won't hit your targets, you won't hit your goals. You'll just end up regretting choices. So yeah, XRP looks good. I fully expect XRP to go on a run soon. I actually have said this in previous streams, that it wouldn't surprise me if the halving is a sell the news event and that leads to a bullish move from XRP. Just as everybody's annoyed with the market, everybody's switched off, everybody's kind of their dreams have been crushed, and XRP then, it's time to shine when all the focus is away from Bitcoin. Wouldn't surprise me at all. The Ripple stablecoin. I don't know why they need a second stablecoin, to be fair. XRP's been the slowest moving coin over the last 2 years. Nice, Ross. I like that support. Ross, one of the recent grads from the fast track course. The last fast track course. What else have we got? Crypto Storm. XRP won't ever do anything. Well, hopefully, if you held some, you're not going to be left to regret it. There is a couple of charts I want to show later, but let's crack on with some coins. We'll do some quick fire through coins and then we'll do some questions. Opulus. I see loads of chat about Opulus in the chat room. So we launched here down around 4 cents. We are currently up 384%, but obviously we've been a lot higher. For me, Opulus looks great. It actually looks like it's back testing this accumulation zone, which, if everybody remembers, this is exactly what Total 2 did. So it had an accumulation zone, broke out, back tested it, and then flew. Opulus and so many other altcoins are literally following this to a T. I would say we want Opulus close just above this orange line, so around 24 cents. a weekly close above there, and I reckon Opulus could start moving and move quick when it does. I wouldn't be surprised to see 78 cents pretty quickly. So yeah, Opulus looking amazing. If you've not saw or heard of Opulus, we have so much content, podcast, and Deck's done some videos on the utility and the potential of Opulus long term. For me, incredibly bullish, especially if you were buying in this range here. But yeah, loads of good things to come from Opulus. The encouraging thing is as well as they continue to develop new ideas and new products and new parts of utility. So yeah, I'm really bullish for Opulus. I think long term it'll do really well into the bull run, and yeah, it's one of my bigger holdings, shall we say. We'll come back to Borg. Let's look at Flame. These charts are crazy. So we drew this box, what, 2 weeks ago? Somebody will remind me that was on stream that night. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We drew this box and just said this is an accumulation zone. We've broke out of it. I'm pretty sure at the time I said it'll come back test, and then we'll fly. I'm sure I drew an arrow on that stream, but it's gone from this chart. And that's exactly what we're doing. Just the same as so many other alts. Accumulation, breakout, back test, and then the next move is typically the big explosive pump and probably fill this wick here. So we could see 20 cents plus for Flame in the coming weeks, especially if Bitcoin breaks all-time high again, which I think it's more than likely we see another all-time high for Bitcoin before the halving, and I think that'll be amazing for coins like Flame, which have broken out their zones and are ready to go. This looks prime, to be fair. This is brilliant, this chart. Again, Flame, one of our 100x coins. We launched it in February. Was that here? No, it must have been here. You can normally tell because the CC Pro God candle appears. So what are we up? 270%, and we were up 700%, which is huge. So yeah, Flame, another one of our projects that we launched, doing really well. Amazing potential, huge upside gains still to be had for Flame. No financial advice, Kino. Sorry. New all-time high for Opulus? Maybe not. We've spoke about this before. This is kind of quite a high target for me, $2. I think it could do a lot higher, but this is probably where I'd be mostly out, but just selling on the way up. I bought around 4 cents, but I've been adding, so I actually think my average buy price for Opulus is about 9 cents. So yeah, I mean, $2, who's not going to take that? That's a huge move and huge potential. LimeWire has absolutely been killing it. Let's look at a better chart. The quality thing about LimeWire is it's nearly filled its launch wick, which at the time, and this is why patience pays is literally the thing we repeat over and over again. We were getting messages from members when this launched just being like, what happened? We thought it was going moon. People were, where did people get it at? I think the pre-sale was here, 20 cents. Let's draw that on actually, because yeah, we were getting messages literally being like, what happened? I thought this was going to be amazing. Why is it dumping? Who's selling? Why are people selling right now? Because the chart just done this, and we said at the time, in fact, Deck done a video the day before this went live and said when it launches it could dump, and it did. And down here we were saying, you know, this is the time to double down on your investment. This is the time where the gains are really made, buying in these areas here. So we obviously bought into the basket down here as well. I think we bought into the basket 23rd of August. So we bought LimeWire at 6 cents for the basket. But we were saying to members, like, you know, the pre-sale was still cheap. And look at it now. So even if you didn't dollar cost average from the pre-sale, but you just held your investment, you'd be up 550%. Like, that's huge gains without doing any other work, just buying a pre-sale. So this is why patience pays off. This is why people that have patience, long-term mindset make money, because they're willing to hold and continue to show conviction in these areas, and then it pays off. So yeah, LimeWire looking really good. Anyone that saw my messages knows I sold all my LimeWire apart from my basket, which has, I can't remember how many it's got actually, I'll need to check, but we sold 5 grand's worth of LimeWire from the basket, which means everything we make in the basket from now on is pure profit. Let's do Envy and then we'll come back to Rond. You've jumped on the Alvara train. I sold you on it. Don't blame me. I'll take the credit if it 100x's though. T-Smoke, does that mean I get a cut if it does 100x? I'll send you my wallet. MV, so GensoKishi, this is something that we've done really well off in the past, but it's just still in its accumulation zone. I released a post this morning, I think, just saying that I was buying more at this support line, because as you can see, it's always interacted with this level. So it was resistance, 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 then it became support. Support, 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 support. It's back at this level. So for me, this is a great opportunity to buy anything sub, I was saying sub 5 cents, now sub 4 cents is crazy. So yeah, and sub 4 cents for me on MV, just smash buy for me, because I think there's going to be a lot of upside potential. And the good thing is, the more I buy at these levels here, the lower I can make my target to realize the profit amount in dollars. So what I mean by that is, if you want to make 100 grand in a crypto and you only buy once, you have to get it to that target to make that 100 grand. Whereas if you keep buying at these lower levels, you'll hit 100 grand way sooner. So just think about your goals when you're buying and what's going to help you get to your goals as quickly as possible, because as much as the bull run could go on until the autumn or like third quarter of September of 2025, if you make all your profit in the next 3 months, you can just sit with your feet up and just enjoy the bull run, enjoy the content, start eyeing up projects that you want to buy in the next bear market. The sooner you hit your targets, the better, because then you can just get out and you don't have to stress about it every single day. So yeah, it's not about timing the market. It's not about staying in till the peak of the bull run. It's about being in the market and being present until you hit your profit goals, and then you're out, and then you just sit with your feet up. And for me, if I can hit my profit targets in the next 6 months, I'll be done. I'll be taking as much profit out the market as possible, and just sitting back and being able to actually enjoy a bull run. So for me, MV, every time it drops down, I'm going to buy it. Inspect, I think a lot of people hold this. I seem to get a lot of message about Inspect. So this obviously launched on Bybit, I think, in December. Done a 32x on launch, and it's not really sold off. It's back at this level here. I think my average buy for this is actually probably a bit higher. I think it's about 19 cents, because I just keep buying it. I'll probably buy some if it stays down here. for much longer. But Inspect, great project. I actually love Inspect and what they're doing. If you've not seen it, check out the videos we've done. But basically, they're going to make Twitter or X really crypto informative. So you click on a coin and you get all the market information without having to leave Twitter to go and find it out. And it works for stocks and shares as well, I believe. But for crypto, I think it would make it so much better for newbies coming into the space. They wouldn't have to stress about where to find stuff and what market information. So Inspect looking very good. I think it might come down to 16 cents, but it is back at this level here, so looking strong. Right, let's look at Borg. Right, who in the chat holds Borg? Hopefully quite a lot of you. Let's see what the chat's saying. Jambo, what do you think Opulus could do in the bull run? Yeah, potentially it could do an all-time high, but from here, I wouldn't even have my eyes set on all-time high, to be fair. I would just be like, right, what do I need to make X amount of dollars in Opulus? Okay, I need it to get to $3. So at $3, I'm out. I don't really care what it then goes and does. If it goes on to 10, fine. But by then, you're sitting in your nice new car, you're sitting in your nice house, you're on a nice holiday, you've paid off all your debt, whatever your goal of being in the market for is, done. Box ticked, get out. Like, it's going to become a big part of our message, but it's all about just hit your goals and leave. Don't keep chasing further goals because you'll just get wrecked. And every time we get together with members, whether it be members meetup, one-to-ones, fast track course, everybody's got a story about not taking profits and holding for like years. It's crazy, and we've all been there, so it's not a judgment. It's just this bull run, get your money out the market as soon as possible. We'll get to OCC. Everybody loves OCC for some unknown reason. But Borg, so obviously we don't have a lot of data on the chart, so we're not necessarily going to do any TA on Borg. It's obviously had a good few months. The thing with SwissBorg is the app is amazing. Deck, I think, said it in a video recently. When people move to SwissBorg and use the app, they never want to go to another platform. It's the best app. It's just so good, so easy. The number of people that tell me they use Binance or BitGet or even Coinbase, and then I show them SwissBorg and they're like, alright, so it's much easier. And they think those platforms are just crazy. So I think SwissBorg's going to do very well in this next bull run. I think they're adding so many features to the app. You've got alpha deals, you've got the average price now, which is a nice addition. And then obviously they're going to add the Solana network as well. So yeah, for me, Borg probably, yeah, I'd say Borg is actually my biggest holding. Most of it's locked. Well, I've got quite a lot locked up, which gets you access to loads of different deals. So if you don't do that, I would probably look at it, because you probably don't want it locked up beyond the summer, because then if it's a 12-month lockup, the bull run peaks before then, you're kind of stuck. So yeah, 12-month lockup, I'd probably be considering that in the next month or so, unless you want to just hold long term, which is also fine. But for me, I don't really want any coins locked up beyond kind of this time next year, because I want to have most of my profit secured by then, if not all, hopefully all. So yeah, Borg looking good, and loads of stuff coming to the app. The alpha deals recently have been amazing as well, and they all sell out so quick, and all that tells you is that there's big money on the app. So as soon as they kind of get that mass adoption, Borg's going to go through the absolute roof. Right, we'll do OCC just for all the fans. There seems to be millions of them. Every stream I get requests for OCC, which is fine. I hold it, but it's just a bit of a strange one. So we've kind of drawn this accumulation channel. I don't know when I drew this. I've not had the chart up for a while. Let's draw it better, just to make it a bit obvious. There we go. So that's the accumulation zone that's been in. It's actually... Let's take off this channel because it doesn't even look right. So, yeah, it's been in this green box of accumulation since June 2022. It's broke out. It's kind of formed a bit of a triangle pattern at the breakout, which looks very bullish to me. So if we get a breakout here, then I would be expecting OCC to... Let's see where the target puts it. Say it breaks out there. So yeah, around 46 cents. Let's see where 46... Yeah, so maybe a bit lower. Maybe about 45. Fill this wick here. Previous area of interest for OCC. So yeah, looking really bullish. This kind of downtrend that's been in for the last month, 5 weeks, just back testing this area's support. Looks really bullish to me, especially on higher time frames. It's literally holding this area as support. So yeah, the next move for OCC could be like a nearly a 2x from here. So yeah, it's me requesting every stream. Corona time, fair enough. But yeah, no, I get asked about OCC all the time. Probably because I never had it on stream before. So yeah, OCC looks really nice. Nice area. Probably coming out the last few opportunities to buy at this price before it does what every other altcoin's looking like it's going to do, and absolutely explode from here. Just like this. This is exactly what this did. Green box, held it as support, boom. Let's have a look at Rond. Probably one of the slower coins. So everyone should probably know Rond is associated with GensoKishi, and when Envy finally takes off, I expect Rond to follow. Right now, it's back at this level here. Let's see if I can. Problem with these charts is they're actually quite hard to manipulate because of the massive moves that it makes. So yeah, this line here, you probably wanted to recapture that to show some strength. Once it recaptures that, it can maybe start building a base, but doesn't really worry me, to be fair. I still think it's got huge upside potential. The other thing with Rond is when it does move, there is literally zero resistance in this chart. Once it gets beyond here, it's just going to move so fast. It'll move like a meme coin once it gets going until it gets into this area here. So as much as it's down, it's kind of lagging behind some of the other coins. It'll explode higher once MV starts moving. It'll be, it'll kind of, I would imagine MV will take off first, and Rond will kind of lag behind, and then MV will start consolidating, and then Rond will fire. Because what happens is investors that made money off MV look for the next one to pump, and the natural next one will be Rond because they're associated, same kind of narrative. I think Rond's the in-game currency as well. So yeah, so that's exactly what happens, is people just look for the next one that's very similar, and Rond's obviously related. So yeah, I expect once MV breaks out, Rond to move, and I think it'll move like a meme coin. It'll just move so fast, because even this drop here, 80% in 1 week, that's insane move for a cryptocurrency. So yeah, I expect that to happen. So not too fast. Just dollar cost average is my kind of advice on something like Ron. So I've been dollar cost averaging. You can buy it through MetaMask on Matic. You can just send Matic from SwissBorg to MetaMask and then swap for Ron. It's really easy, cheap as well. Moonbeam. Let's have a look at Moonbeam. This is another one that gets requested quite a lot.
But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream?
Right, we'll do Moonbeam, then we'll go to the chat. So if you've got any questions or anything you want to discuss, drop it in the chat. We'll talk about Anantara and Alvara and Drift as well. So Moonbeam, let's draw. Love our boxes on this channel. Yeah, so Moonbeam's kind of not really broke out. It wouldn't surprise me if there's always coins that kind of lag behind the market, and it wouldn't surprise me if something like this was something lagging behind the market. The other thing about Moonbeam, the reason I don't actually really chart it is most of mine is locked up on SwissBorg. So if you've not seen Deck done a video, I think he done a video, definitely done a post. If he didn't do a video, he done a post on Moonbeam and how you can earn decent rewards on SwissBorg. So you earn Moonbeam for locking up your tokens, and the return's actually pretty decent. So yeah, I don't really look at the chart for this because I'm kind of just accumulating extra Moonbeam every single day. So yeah, looks alright. Still in the accumulation zone. Once it moves, it'll move pretty quick. Again, you can see still quite a new coin in terms of when it launched on, what's this, OKX. But yeah, 234 before it really runs into decent resistance. So that's quite a decent move. So yeah, 400% from here to significant resistance. Could take months to play out. Could take a year to play out, but we'll see. Right, let's jump on to CoinMarketCap. Let's see what questions are in the chat. Let me scroll back through. Let's see. Saturday nights at the Roxbury. Yeah. Any thoughts on Baseman? No. Wind is howling. Did you mean that? Yeah, of course, Gary. I had it written down all day. Thoughts on Alvara? Very, 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 very bullish. How did I get any crypto? Yeah. So actually, I was an OG CC Pro or CG back then. I got any crypto through watching the Instagram lives, and yeah, that's how I got any crypto in the first place. So yeah, not the amazing answer probably everybody thought, but yeah, watching the Instagram lives when Deck and Don were streaming from their flat, and then yeah, always been a member, and then just we advanced from there. Have you seen the team behind NMT? No, I have not. So Alvara, will we do Alvara first? No, let's do Anantara first. So Anantara was our first seed round or pre-sale from the team at Vemp Studios through Dom, who's been on the podcast. If you've not checked it out, I would check it out. He's a really interesting guy. Anantara also has a game. It has an NFT collection, and of course it also is a big part of a Hollywood movie. So the game is like a quest type game, and it's all about a slave in Saudi Arabia it's a true story, or it's based on a true story. That's what the game is, but they're releasing a Hollywood film which has several Oscar winners in it. So, to be honest, to me, if I didn't buy so much in the pre-sale or the seed round, I would be buying Anantara, because I think it'll have a massive move. I would imagine this sell-off is just people that have kind of got bored, or people thought the film was coming. It's getting filmed in September, but I think people probably expected some announcements before now. They've not had them, and people have just sold off their tokens, but I think that'll be a big mistake once they announce some details about the Hollywood film, especially because there's going to be so many... 2 seconds. There's going to be so many people that aren't necessarily into Antara. Antara's not done a lot in marketing in terms of just the token. So I reckon a lot of people will FOMO into Antara once the Hollywood film and all the press gets released. Because why would you not? It's going to have massive exposure. It's going to have massive marketing campaign. The crypto side of it's going to be everywhere that the movie goes. And it's just going to have eyes everywhere. The other thing that they're doing is really smart is it's been filmed in Saudi Arabia, but they're going to list the entire production business on the Saudi Arabian and the Hong Kong stock exchange. So again, that's just going to bring millions, if not billions of people's eyes to Antara, the project. So yeah, I really like Antara. We obviously hold loads. We've got a vesting period, so I'm not buying much more now. If I wanted to sell it, I would, but yeah, I'm confident this is going to go a lot higher. So that's Antara. If you didn't get in, if you weren't part of CC Pro back when we launched it, then yeah, you've missed out. But you can now get in. I think CC Pro got it at 12 cents, so we're still 50% up even today after this massive sell-off. And Corona time, you can buy it on Radium. It's a Solana chain coin, so use Phantom, Radium. By the way, for everyone watching, let's pick a coin. OCC. Let's pick OCC because everybody was talking about it. If you go to Coin Market Cap, this is probably a bad example, but it tells you here where you can buy a token. So every time you hear about a token, if you want to know where to buy it, let's do a better one than that. Let's do Casta. So if you want to buy Casta, where can you buy Casta? You just go to Coin Market Cap and it tells you all the places to buy it, and it tells you the liquidity as well. So you can decide where the best place to hold it is, or you might decide that you want to have some on your MetaMask through Uniswap, or you might have some on Mix. You might split up your exposure across different exchanges depending on the liquidity. So yeah, that would be a bit of advice, because I see it all the time. People are like, where do I buy it? How do I buy it? Just go here and it'll tell you, and then you can make the best decision for yourself. Let's have a look at Casta while we're here. It's not really doing much, but Moon Carl, as soon as he gets involved, this thing will fly. Let's do Compete, and then we'll do Alvara. I think we spoke a lot about Alvara recently, so everybody should kind of know what's what about Alvara, what they need to know. So Compete, if you've not checked out the video, this is our last 100x altcoin of the cycle. We released 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks tomorrow ago. Compete, let me see if I can bring it up actually. So Compete's a Web3 game. It's like a battle royale. It's a bit like Grand Theft Auto style. It's got pretty good graphics compared to most Web3 games. It's not going to compete with like a PS5 or an Xbox now, but I wouldn't be surprised if in the future something like this gets bought by one of the big gaming firms, because that's what I imagine would happen. I imagine all these Web3 gaming companies just want to be bought over by a big player in the traditional gaming space. But as you can see for this video, hopefully it's playing alright on YouTube, but yeah, the graphics look alright, much better than most Web3 games, and Compete is the token that goes alongside the game. There's more graphics there. In terms of the chart, let's have a look. It's up quite a bit, to be fair, but it's still relatively cheap. What's the market cap? Right now, 35 million. Tiny in the gaming space. Web3 gaming is going to be huge in this bull run. It's already had a big run and a big like narrative, a big role in the market so far, but I think Web3 gaming is going to be huge. I think also if a big traditional player does get into the gaming market, the Web3 gaming market, that'll change the entire thing. So like we saw with SwissBorg, for example, they've already signed up Activision, who own like Call of Duty, and I think they own World of War or something like that. I don't play games, so but they definitely own Call of Duty, and I'm sure it's World of War, and SwissBorg have already signed them up. So that move into the traditional market is what Web3 will propel it to massive market caps, because like 35 million is nothing. Like, you think compared to like EA Sports or whoever makes, what's it, Rockstar Games that makes Grand Theft Auto, 35 million is nothing. Let's see what their market cap is. Does it tell me? 25 billion. The market cap of Rockstar Games, owned by Take-Two Interactive, 25 billion, and Compete's 35 million. So that's the scope of growth that could potentially be in the gaming sector of crypto, which is why we're so bullish on it, which is why we know there's so much potential, especially in a game that's pretty cool, to be fair, like Compete. So yeah, could you imagine if Rockstar Games bought over Compete and wanted to do something with it? Just the token would just go ballistic, shall we say. Gizo. Rotated LimeWire into Alvara. Couldn't complain with 1100%. That is brilliant, Gizo. That is actually amazing. That's exactly what you should be doing. We spend a lot of time on the fast track course talking about rotations, and stuff like that is exactly what we're talking about. Is taking money from, not necessarily always adding to the market, not always transferring from GBP into the market, but using your coins that you've hit your targets and use them to rotate into new potential projects. But like I said, you need to be careful that that doesn't become a habit, and in the peak of the bull run you continue doing that, because you'll eventually buy the top and not get your funds out. So make sure you're taking money out the market as well. We do Alvara. We'll cover Alvara quickly because we talk about it all the time just now. Yeah, 100% Gizo. What a name. Gizo. So Alvara is just launched, so the chart is not great. The reason I'm looking at it on this instead of Dex Screener is Dex Screener is terrible for streams, but Alvara, they've not launched anything yet. So the dashboard, the actual project isn't actually live. So yeah, kind of not fussed about it. I'm going to keep buying under $1. Bought, what was it, 3,000 Alvara this morning. I think I've probably, let's just check. Yeah, 3,000 Alvara I bought this morning. Just bringing that average down. Bought on launch. We also have the CC Pro seed round that we took part in. So we've got that locked up till September, but I just want to be able to act if the market goes crazy over the next 5 months now. So I can sell some Alvara if it goes to like $4 or $5 without having to wait till September and then see where the market is there. Hopefully most people on here are in CC Pro. We got Alvara at 15, was it 15 cents? Seed round. It was exclusive to CC Pro members, and so even after this, what was it here, 250, and it's down, I don't know if I can draw on this chart, I don't think I can, but it's down, what, 50%? We're still well up because we got so cheap. Alvara you can get on Uniswap or BitGet or Mexi. All mine is through Uniswap on MetaMask. And Uniswap has 42% of the volume as well. Random. There's a lot of talk of crypto integration in Rockstar's next game, GTA 6. I think it's out next year. Yeah, I'm not a gamer, like I said, but has GTA 6 not been spoke about for like, I don't know, 10 years? Like, that's just what I've heard. So, yeah, but it would make sense for them to add crypto in because money's a big part of the last Grand Theft Auto I played, I think, was San Andreas, and money was a massive part of it. You had to buy guns, you had to buy stuff, you could earn money, you could do stuff to earn money. So why not make it a crypto, and then you can actually buy NFTs or buy real stuff or convert that money out, or you can wager. I think wagering in Web3 games is going to be big in the next few years as well, where you can actually bet on stuff, and then whoever wins gets actual real cash. I think that would be pretty cool. The other thing I like about Rockstar Games, or Take-Two, whatever they're called, is they got absolutely hammered for all the GTA games. When I was growing up, every time a GTA came out, Rockstar Games got hammered by the media, by politicians for being like bad for the youth. So they're not going to be scared to go against what everybody else is telling them and add a crypto. Whereas traditional game makers are going to be scared that they get sanctioned by regulators, they get bad press for adding crypto. Rockstar Games don't care. Like, they literally allow you to run about with a chainsaw and destroy people. So adding a crypto isn't going to cause that much controversy. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were one of the first ones to do it. San Andreas was a classic. It was, to be fair, if GTA 6 came out and it was as enjoyable to play as that, I think I could get back into gaming. I think I'd go and buy a console and a game just to sit and play that, because it was class, to be fair. But we'll see. I wonder if I can show it on... I don't think I can. I'll drop it in the chat, but in fact, no, I can't show it on this. Drift is, I'm sure it's launching next week. Drift's IEO on CoinStore. Let's see if we can find it. In fact, it won't be up yet. But yeah, the Drift IEO is on CoinStore next week, I believe. So things are starting to move for Drift. They obviously passed their audit. Integrated with Chainlink through CCIP, so they can be cross-chain, so you don't have to convert. Which anyone that's taken part in Baseman knows how much a pain it is bridging stuff. So yeah, if Drift launches, hopefully the IEO goes really well. We all obviously got in a lot cheaper than the IEO. The racing driver that they've partnered up with, he was racing this weekend. So I would imagine they'll start releasing some cool footage of him. He's got Drift Labs on his helmet, and he's got Drift on the car as well. So, and he's also TMG's pro racing driver for the team that TMG runs. So, for me, that can only do good things for the token long term. Hopefully, and the new version of the game is coming out, which will allow people to compete for real prizes. So yeah, they're also in talks to do some mad stuff in the game with like sponsorship, advertising, but from like big brands. So yeah, I think Drift could be a big long-term success. They've also announced a burn, so they're going to burn I think 1 billion tokens in the next few weeks just after launch, and then I think they're doing a burn every month for a set period. So that means like basically whatever your token is now, theoretically by them taking tokens out of circulation, your token should in theory be worth more over the long run, just simply because of the deflationary burn. Obviously we all know that's not exact science, but that's the theory. I think they're going to, I'm sure it's like 30% by the end of the burn schedule they're going to take out of supply. So yeah, really bullish on that. I think that just enhances the value of it. They've also got 2 other games. So this is just Payout Pursuit, this game here. They've got 2 other games that will also utilize the Drift token. So they've got them in planning right now. But yeah, loads of big things that will come from the team behind Drift over the next 12 months. So yeah, the token doing very well. Let's get back to the charts. Let's see how Bitcoin's doing. To be fair, it's a Saturday night. Bitcoin never does much on Saturday. I would imagine tomorrow could be a bit more volatile. Let's see what the chat's saying. Alec, who's this guy? I've obviously not been tuning in recently. Evening, Lewis, Lynn. Matt, very bullish on Alvara. AI coins project. 2 seconds, because I actually hold one myself, but I can't. There's 2 similar names, so I just want to make sure it's the right one. So, for me, AI's complete hype. I think the AI hype bubble may burst, but long-term AI is going to be huge, obviously. But right now, there's so much speculation in the market that anything associated with AI just does well, just because everybody's seen it as the future. It's similar to the .com bubble, where anything that was internet related just done well, just because it was associated with this new tech that was going to change everybody's life. So yeah, I think the AI narrative will come back, and it'll be quite a big narrative in the bull run. But I don't think every AI token will do that well. This is the one I hold. 2 seconds. So there's 2 with the same name. This was, I know very little about this project, but I saw it on something, and I bought some, and I've just never done anything with it. I've never bought more, and I've never sold any. So Vio, it's like a AI assistant thing, and it uses AI. Just basically, it's a productivity thing. Let me see if I can load it up. Yeah, so it's an AI assistant that does online or on-chain intelligent contracts for businesses. So it's like having your own legal assistant, but it's all done by AI, and it's powered by this token. So yeah, that's one I hold. I have no feeling on it, to be honest. It's one I just kind of aped into. Yeah, all-time high 192. It's down at 31 cents, so it's not got a huge upside potential, but similar to why everybody's probably asking is just so that there's some exposure to the AI narrative. The other one, no, I'm sure the other one is like VAI low or something like that. Or it might be this one. Yeah, this is the other one. This isn't an AI coin, I don't think. Or it might be, but it's not the one I hold. But whenever I come on here, it's always the one I get wrong. So, yeah. Yeah, thoughts on AI? It's a absolute hype narrative. Everything's doing well off the back of it. Just now, you see Nvidia. What's Nvidia today? Like, still $3 trillion company. Probably going to be the most valuable. It might overtake Apple. Crazy. Yeah, like look at that for a stock. Since October 22, it's up 700%. Stocks don't move like this, or they do, but they blow up. Because look at this is I think I've showed this to CC Pro. In fact, I definitely have. But this is Cisco Systems in the .com era. So it went from 97 to March 2000. It went up 1400%, and it still never went back to an all-time high. I would imagine Nvidia chart looks very similar to this in a couple of years, because it's just a hype. And yeah, it's going to add benefits to everybody's life, blah blah blah, all that stuff. But so did Google, but it didn't make that massive a difference. People just adapt. So yeah. And remember the narrative. So we spoke about the kind of storytelling that goes on. Like the internet was only used for money laundering and drug dealers. Well, that's the same narrative that's been used against crypto. But the same thing could be said for AI in the internet. So everybody was saying everybody was going to lose their jobs. The productivity the internet was going to bring was going to mean people wouldn't have to work. Blah, blah, blah. All this nonsense. When computers came around, it was going to get rid of all these jobs. People were going to be unemployed. It's the same thing being said about AI right now. It'll never happen. Vault. I'm going to assume it's Vault Tech. AI project with huge potential, like they all do. To be fair, it only launched in October. So, I mean, yeah, it's taken a bit of battering, but it's still new. And it's only on Uniswap. Polyonics. I went right home about Polyonics. But yeah, 100 million supply, 8 million market cap. Could do alright. It depends what it's actually doing. It's a Telegram bot powered by AI oracles. Yeah. The AI hype, I just struggle to get on board with it. I think it's great, but yeah, I'm not sold on it. It's just another hype cycle. It's just something else where people can make money off manipulating people into thinking that it's going to take over. There's two charts I want to show before we wrap up. So we say it all the time, patience pays. And the reason we say it is because you don't get to benefit from, this is Chili's. So I actually hold Chili's. I really like Chili's. We've got it in the basket as well. But I think it'll do really well in the future. I think it always does well. I think this was the World Cup pump. Yeah, this was the World Cup pump. Did really well. If you bought and sold before the World Cup, you made a few $100%. But you don't get to benefit from moves like this if you don't put up with the terrible times. I'm sure there's a saying about sunshine and rainbows, but it's true. So we talk about patience all the time, because Chili's, for example, after it launched, traded sideways for, let's take it to here, for what, 540 days. So a year and a half it traded sideways after launch. Bear in mind, anyone that bought here on launch thought this thing's going to go to the moon, it makes loads of sense, it's 7 months, 8 months before the halving, great time to launch a project, blah blah blah, all the usual narrative we heard. And look, every time it pumped, it just sold off, pumped, sold off, pumped, sold off, pumped, sold off. And eventually, if you were willing to be patient and held on to here, you got a 4,000% move, a 40x. So the reason I'm showing this chart is that every day we see people saying this coin sold off. Do you think this coin will still do well because it's taken a batter? And it's not up only. Charts don't move up all the time, especially new projects that have just launched. Think Alvara and Anantara. We're not going to compare this to meme coins, but there is some element of patience you need. Even Cardano, and these are quite high market coins, so these probably aren't the best examples. But look at Cardano. So in 2018, start of the bear market was kind of February 2018. So start of the bear market, Cardano just dumps 94% and trades sideways for 1,000 days. 1,015 days Cardano sold off, dumped, traded sideways. Everybody was probably ridiculing it, as they do every single day. And look at it. If you were willing to put up with this chart, 3 years of consolidation and sideways movement, you eventually got 2,000% move, 20x. So the point is that not everything moves up just because Bitcoin's pumping or Ethereum's pumping. You have to have patience and you have to have conviction in your buys. The longer something stays low, instead of thinking, should I sell? Should I get out? Is it not going to do well? You should be thinking, right, can I get my dollar cost average price down so that I can get my profit target sooner? That's the way your mentality needs to flip. Rather than thinking the bad, oh, this project's never going to do anything, it's only done nothing for 3 years while the rest of the market's doing well. You need to think, great, I've got an extra month to buy down at these lows. I've got an extra few weeks to try and get my average price down, because eventually, if you've bought the right projects, hopefully you'll get this move here, the 2,000%, and it'll be all worthwhile and you'll forget about it. So kind of just wanted to talk about patience, because I think a lot of people become impatient, especially when we start seeing loads of green across the market. They think they're holding a dud, but if you've done everything right up till then, you shouldn't have that concern, and you should actually be grateful of the opportunity to continue buying low before these monster moves. Right, well, we do Baseman before we go, because it'd be rude not to, given how funny a project it is. Right, Baseman, $413,000 market cap. It's taken a bit of doing, to be fair. It's the only way to describe it. But I spoke in the chat earlier. We're in a few of these chats, so we see things that are going on, and not everything's to be disclosed. But basically, everybody keeps saying, when's the KOLs coming in? KOLs are going to pump this to the moon. KOLs are going to do this. It was a KOL last night that dumped $7,000, I think it was, worth of Baseman after one tweet. He got paid to promote it, and yeah, it was $6,000. Sorry, he got paid $6,000 to promote and you can actually see it was an even number. He literally got paid in Baseman to promote the project, and he put out one tweet and then sold his bag instantly. And okay, he made money because he got it for free. He made $6,000 for that one tweet. But KOLs are not the answer. The answer is traction and timing. And the only way to get the timing right is wait for Bitcoin to make its move, and then meme coins will do well. So we're holding Baseman. Maybe get Deck to do some form of an update, because he seems to be better at trading them than me. Wolf on Base done really well today, but if we remember everything everybody's saying right now about Baseman, they were all saying here, Baseman's dead, Baseman's doing nothing, Baseman's got to zero. Every morning I was checking my phone and everybody in the chat room was saying, oh, Baseman dumped overnight, and it took 15 days of Baseman just basically doing nothing before it moved. And all that is all the people that just want quick, easy sells. Basically, they just want to sell out as quick as possible. They get out in here because they get frustrated, they get bored, and that means when it does start pumping, there's less selling in the market, there's less sell pressure. So yeah, that's what happens with meme coins. So you just need to be patient, and as Deck would say, don't buy a meme coin to make a 2 or 3x. You buy a meme coin to ride it to 0 or to massive meme coin gains. That's the point in them. So yeah, that's my comments on Baseman. Wolf, it's all about holding for decent gains. And don't pin all your hopes on KOLs, because KOLs is the biggest scam in crypto, in my opinion. But that's a side note. The other thing with Baseman is it's built on the base chain. There's a lot of volume on that when things are going well. So if Bitcoin breaks out, then I would expect it to do well. It's also a bit different. They need to work on their marketing. But yeah, it's all patience. They need to get all these idiot sellers out, and then they can pump, because there's no point in them doing all this marketing, pumping the chart, if it's just going to get absolutely ruined by people doing big sales like that guy last night. I actually really want them to just expose him so he doesn't do it to any other projects, but they're not up for it. Yeah, we've also opened a meme coin chat room, so everybody in CC Pro should know there is a meme coin chat room. There will be meme coins dropped in there from time to time. We probably won't be promoting anymore or like talking about them too much except in there. So yeah, make sure you check it out. Can you talk about SwissBorg price expectation? It doesn't seem to move for the market. Let's have a look. So not everything goes up when the market goes up, but I mean, it was up 129% at one point from February to March. So in a month it went up 125%. Yeah, I think my biggest message about Borg is long term it's going to do so well because they've got all the product there. What happens with most crypto projects is they launch a token, they do pretty well off the token, they pay each other, they all make some money, and then they go, right, now we need to actually come up with a decent project or product. SwissBorg are doing the total opposite, so it's all about product development right now, enhancing their offering, making sure the app's the best it can be. They've got good projects on there, they've got alpha, they've got all the tiers set up the way they want, and then they're ready to go, so that when the token does start getting traction, it's just going to fly. Not to mention the fact that it's deflationary because of the burns. So I know I keep saying it, but with Borg, you just need to switch off a wee bit and just zoom out and just play the long game with Borg. It's totally different from the rest of the market, and the fact that it's got an amazing product ready to go, just waiting for adoption. So, like, and a prime example of this is how they dealt with the UK regulations. They literally suspended services, went away, done what the FCA wanted to do, and came back and fixed it within, a week, 2 weeks? Bybit just left the UK. Could not be bothered. Just left. So, to be honest, the more that happens, the more SwissBorg will capture market share. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Name drop him. I definitely can't name drop him because I got told not to. But, yeah, that's what KOLs do. They take money and do nothing. Yeah. Nah, I can't name drop him. DMTR, somebody asked about. Yeah, doing alright. Got another listing, I believe. I hold quite a bit of DMTR. But I've not bought in ages. I can't remember. Let's see. Where is it? DMTR holdings. Average buy was 0.03. Where's that? So yeah, down here. So yeah, decent buy to be fair. Up 400% so far. To be honest, I kept seeing it on things, and that's the only reason I bought it. It's kind of performed a double bottom on kind of higher time frames as well. So yeah, I think it'll do well. It's obviously a bit inflationary. They do have a burn and stuff. I don't actually know a lot about the project, but I do hold a decent bag. But yeah, DMTR, I think it'll never. I'm pretty confident it won't do a new all-time high, because that's crazy. Because new all-time high is where 1180. Like, it won't do that. But could it do? Yeah, it could probably do up to one of these candles, maybe $3, which for me would be 100x. So yeah, I'd take that. But it won't do all-time high. So don't hold, don't hold for $11. I wouldn't imagine. But obviously, if you're selling percentages, you're always going to have some, which is like your moon bag. But yeah. Yeah, it runs till you withdraw. So yeah. Tomorrow night, obviously, we have a very important weekly close. And yeah, we're counting down the days. 14 days to go until the halving. That date can change because it's to do with blocks, not dates. So, exciting couple of weeks coming up. If you're not in CC Pro, make sure you get in CC Pro, because it's the only place to get all this information daily and get unique opportunities. We've actually got potentially a few things coming over the next few months that will help you make the most of the bull run. But hopefully Bitcoin can close similar to where it is now, if not a little bit higher. Above $69,000 would be amazing going into the fortnight before the halving, and that would just send altcoins crazy. I'm still expecting a new all-time high before the halving. Be careful, take profit, get out of the market as quick as possible. That is literally all I'm focused on. If you can hit your goals in the next 3-6 months, don't wait for 2025. Why would you wait? Just sit back, enjoy the profits, go and do what you intended to do with them. Buy a house, buy a car, go on holiday, do all of the above. Get out of the market, secure the profits, and sit back and chill. Thanks very much for tuning in. All the information is going to be in CC Pro. We've got loads coming over the next few days, and of course building up to the halving. We'll have loads more content. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you again very, very soon.
All we need is our hand clapping and our foot stomping. And they start clapping. And you can feel the spirit move.